Stunning looks, then swift.
On Maruti Suzuki Arena presents ESPN Cricinfo Match Day. This is it for Pakistan. If they want to try that one last typical Pakistan attempt to get into the semi-finals with the back door, they need to beat New Zealand, who themselves need to pick themselves up after losing to first India, then Australia, and even South Africa. So Stephen Harmison and Deep Das Gupta, let's talk teams and let's talk New Zealand. They need to find 11 fit players, Hami. Kyle Jamieson has replaced Matt Henry. His tournament, unfortunately, is over. Whether or not he goes straight into the 11 is a question.
I think they need four seamers. So whether Lockie Ferguson's going to be fit, we're hearing that his scans are showing that he's
not as bad. Yes,
nothing structurally wrong. So I think he has to go in. Yeah. I don't think there's any choice. I think they need four seamers. So you look at Tim Southey, he's bowled 10 overs since the middle of September after the thumb injury. So I think they'll need that extra seam just protection-wise to fill sort of 35 overs. So yeah, I think Jamieson has to go in.
Neesham doesn't offer them that, does he? That seam option?
No, I don't think he offers them at the start, and I think that's the bit that struggled a little bit. I think towards the end, Jimmy Neesham, he bowls some good variations, but I think Kyle Jamieson he's experienced in Indian conditions. Even though he's only been in the country 48 hours, I think I would punt to play Jamieson as well as Neesham has to play as well.
Yeah. What about the Sodhi question? You think a leg spinner where Adam Zampa bowled at the Chinnaswamy, in fact against Pakistan, we know how Chahal bowls at the Chinnaswamy.
Yes.
Wouldn't you be tempted to play Anish Sodhi, or does New Zealand don't have that space for it?
I don't think New Zealand, and to be honest, Ish Sodhi hasn't played a game so far. So I don't know where he stands in terms of confidence, because obviously when you talk about Chinnaswamy, even though you mentioned a couple of those leg spinners doing well, especially Yuzi, but then
I mean, Osama Mir also played there his first game.
Exactly. So you need to be a quality leg spinner, but you also need to be confident going into a venue like that to be a spinner, to be any bowler for that matter, Chinnaswamy. Yeah. So no, I don't think so. I'll go with Hami. I mean, four seamers is a must, and then you obviously have Santner and Rachin to come in.
If you're playing against in England or in Australia, South Africa, you might then go with a leg spinner. But you're playing Pakistan, who play spin well as. So I think Jamieson's height, his bounce, that for me, as well as his lower order batting, might just tip the balance.
All right. What about Pakistan? They were stuck with Osama Mir as Shadab Khan had to nurse a protocol related to concussion. Would he come in? From what you've seen of Osama Mir, has he bowled well enough to keep his place? There's also Nawaz on the bench, which you know what to expect. Would they stick with the winning team?
I don't think I was convinced with Osama, even though he picked up a couple of wickets or whatever. But I think too many half volleys, too many short balls. I mean, not going by the figures and stuff like that. Just looking at him bowl doesn't give me confidence. And that surface, you need spinners who are a little flatter in the air, a little quicker in the air. And I think Shadab, again, I'm not saying Shadab's been bowling well. He hasn't bowled well in the last year and a half now. But I'd rather go with Shadab because he also gives you that batting option and the fielding option as well than Osama.
Yeah, I mean, batting at the Chinnaswamy, Shadab, we thought in that game against Australia where they finally just bit the bullet and dropped him, we thought his batting could have come in handy. If he is all right, he comes in?
Yeah, I think he comes in. I think his all-round qualities, I think his energy in the field is huge in that ring early in the sort of power play. He's bowling, it hasn't been, like you're saying, it hasn't been great for 12 months, but I just think that comfort blanket of extra batting down the bottom order at sort of 7 and 8, I think that's something I think Pakistan need.
Gut feel. Just one team, favourites.
Ooh, I'm going Pakistan.
Well done. Yeah.
God. I'm going to go with New Zealand.
Oh, brilliant. Even better. Let's not do any more of this. Let's wait for that game, because it is exactly a 50-50 game. You think at this stage, forget what's happened. It all comes down to this. It was our preview on Maruti Suzuki Arena presents ESPN Cricinfo Match Day.
Stunning looks, then swift.